Tonight we're diving into 10 real crime cases so chilling and bizarre, they'll haunt you long after the screen fades to black. Brace yourself for true stories that prove nightmares can be real. In the winter of 1947, Los Angeles was a city of glamour and shadows, where dreams and nightmares often walked hand in hand. It was here, in this city of contrasts, that a young woman named Elizabeth Short, who would later become known to the world as the Black Dahlia, met a tragic and mysterious end. Her story would haunt the city for generations. Elizabeth's body was discovered in a vacant lot, gruesomely mutilated and posed in a way that shocked even the most hardened detectives. The brutality of the crime was unlike anything the city had ever seen, and it sent shockwaves through the community. The Los Angeles Police Department launched one of the largest investigations in its history. Over 150 suspects were questioned, ranging from petty criminals to prominent citizens. Detectives worked around the clock, chasing down every lead and interrogating anyone who might have known Elizabeth. Despite their efforts, no one was ever charged with the crime. The case quickly grew cold, leaving behind only rumors and unanswered questions. Theories about the killer's identity ran wild. Some believed it was a jealous lover. Others whispered about a deranged doctor with a dark past. There were even suggestions of a connection to Hollywood's seedy underbelly, where secrets were currency and danger lurked in every shadow. Yet, despite countless tips and endless speculation, none of these theories ever led to concrete answers. The evidence was scarce, and the truth remained elusive. The media descended on the story, turning Elizabeth's tragedy into a national spectacle. Sensational headlines and lurid details filled the newspapers, captivating the public and fueling wild rumors. Whispers of police corruption and Hollywood secrets only added to the intrigue. Some believed the truth was being deliberately hidden, buried beneath layers of lies and cover-ups. As the years passed, the city changed, but the mystery of the Black Dahlia endured. Decades later, the case remains unsolved, a haunting reminder of a crime that shocked a nation. No confession has ever been made, and no solid evidence has ever surfaced to point definitively to the killer. The case file sits in the LAPD archives, gathering dust, as new generations of detectives and amateur sleuths try to piece together the puzzle. The brutality and enduring mystery of the Black Dahlia murder have made it an obsession for investigators, writers, and filmmakers alike. Each new theory only deepens the fascination, ensuring that Elizabeth Short's story will never be forgotten. True crime fans continue to pore over the details, searching for clues in old newspaper clippings and faded photographs, hoping to be the one to finally solve the case. But some secrets, it seems, are too dark to ever come to light. The Black Dahlia's story remains a chilling enigma, a shadow that lingers over Los Angeles to this day. In the late 1960s, a shadow fell over Northern California. The Zodiac Killer emerged from the darkness, striking fear into the hearts of residents across the region. He prowled the quiet streets and remote lovers' lanes, attacking strangers seemingly at random, leaving behind a trail of terror and confusion. The city of San Francisco, usually bustling with life, became gripped by anxiety as news of his crimes spread. But the Zodiac was not content with violence alone. He taunted police and the public with a series of cryptic letters and ciphers, mailed to newspapers and law enforcement. Each letter was filled with bizarre symbols, chilling threats, and riddles that seemed to mock the authorities' inability to catch him. The killer demanded attention, and he got it. His coded messages became front-page news, sparking fear and fascination in equal measure. The Zodiac claimed responsibility for dozens of murders, boasting about his crimes in his letters. Yet only a handful of these killings were ever confirmed by police, adding to the mystery and confusion. The uncertainty about the true number of victims only deepened the public's sense of dread. His victims were chosen at random. Young couples parked in cars, lone pedestrians, anyone could be next. No one felt safe. The randomness of his attacks shattered the sense of security in the community, making every shadow seem threatening and every stranger a potential killer. The Zodiac's codes and ciphers stumped even the FBI's top cryptographers. For decades, his most complex messages remained unsolved, fueling endless speculation about their meaning. When one cipher was finally cracked decades later, it revealed only more threats and taunts, offering no real clues to his identity. Over the years, countless suspects were investigated, and dozens of theories emerged. Amateur sleuths and professional detectives alike pored over the evidence, hoping to find the missing piece of the puzzle. Yet despite all the efforts, the Zodiac's true identity remains one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. As the years passed, the killer seemed to vanish, fading into history. The case files gathered dust, and the city tried to move on. But the Zodiac was never caught, never unmasked. His legend only grew, haunting the collective memory of a generation. The chilling letters he sent still haunt investigators to this day. Each word, each symbol, is a reminder of the fear he inspired and the questions he left unanswered. The Zodiac's taunts echo through time, challenging anyone brave enough to try and solve his riddles. Every new theory, every fresh lead, brings a flicker of hope that the truth might finally be uncovered. Yet with every passing year, the answers seem to slip further away, and the mystery only deepens. Somewhere out there, perhaps, the person behind those chilling symbols still remembers the chaos he caused. Maybe he's still smiling in the shadows, knowing that his identity remains hidden, and his story continues to haunt us all. In 1912, the Moore family and two young guests were found murdered with an axe in Villisca, Iowa. The killer moved silently, leaving behind a gruesome scene and vanishing without a trace. The murder weapon was left at the scene, taunting investigators. Suspects ranged from local rivals to traveling preachers, but evidence was quickly lost in the chaos. The town was forever changed, fear replacing trust. Theories abound: serial killer, jealous acquaintance, but no proof ever surfaced. The Moore house stands as a grim reminder, now a haunted tourist attraction. The real horror is not knowing who could commit such evil and simply disappear. In 2004, Maura Murray vanished after crashing her car on a snowy New Hampshire road. She told professors of a family emergency that didn't exist, withdrew cash, and disappeared into the night. When police arrived, Maura was gone. No footprints, no struggle, just a few scattered belongings. Theories exploded online. Was she running, abducted, or did she vanish by choice? Every lead ended in heartbreak, every clue a dead end. Her disappearance remains one of the internet's most enduring mysteries. The truth of what happened that night still haunts everyone searching for answers. In 1956, Chicago sisters Barbara and Patricia Grimes vanished after a movie outing. Their bodies were found weeks later, preserved by the cold, with no clear cause of death. Suspects came and went, but no one was ever charged. Theories ranged from abduction to a crime of opportunity, but the investigation was plagued by false leads. The Grimes family was left with grief and no closure. The case remains unsolved, a chilling reminder of innocence lost. Decades later, the answer to what happened that night is still out there. In the cold winter of 1957, a shocking discovery was made in the Fox Chase neighborhood of Philadelphia. Hidden in a discarded cardboard box, lying in the tangled weeds of an overgrown lot, was the body of a young boy. He was estimated to be between 4 and 6 years old. He had no identification, no one searching for him, and no one came forward to claim him. The city was left with a heartbreaking mystery. Who was this child, and how did he come to such a tragic end? Detectives worked tirelessly, canvassing neighborhoods, knocking on doors, and questioning residents. They displayed the boy's face on billboards and posters, hoping someone would recognize him. Volunteers joined the search, combing through nearby woods and abandoned buildings for any clue. Despite their efforts, no leads emerged. The boy's identity remained a mystery, and the case quickly grew cold. The city mourned together, holding candlelight vigils and leaving flowers at the boy's unmarked grave. Newspapers called him America's unknown child. He became a symbol of lost innocence, a child lost to neglect and violence, whose story touched the hearts of all who heard it. Theories abounded. Some believed he was the victim of abuse. Others suspected kidnapping or abandonment. Investigators followed every possible lead, pinning theories and photographs to their corkboards. But each hope faded with time. The truth seemed to slip further away with every passing year. Decades later, advances in forensic science brought new hope. DNA technology allowed investigators to extract genetic material from the boy's remains. They compared his DNA to national databases and built family trees, searching for distant relatives. New clues emerged, but still, his true identity remains unknown. The boy in the box stands as a haunting reminder of the forgotten and voiceless. Children who slip through the cracks, whose stories are left untold. His case continues to echo through the city, a symbol of the mysteries that remain unsolved. Yet, hope persists. Police and amateur sleuths alike refuse to give up. Online communities pore over the evidence, sharing theories and searching for answers. Each new generation of detectives takes up the case, determined to bring closure to the boy and justice to his memory. Until the truth is finally uncovered, the boy in the box will remain one of true crime's most chilling and enduring mysteries. A story that continues to haunt Philadelphia, and a reminder that every child deserves to be known, remembered, and loved. Christmas 1996, Boulder, Colorado. 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey was found murdered in her home. A bizarre ransom note left behind. The investigation became a media circus, with the Ramseys scrutinized as suspects. Theories swirled: intruder, kidnapping gone wrong, or something closer to home. Evidence was confusing. No forced entry, a ransom note written inside the house, DNA pointing away from the family. The case grew colder as years passed, every new theory deepening the mystery. The Ramseys maintained their innocence, but suspicion lingered. JonBenet's murder remains one of America's most infamous unsolved cases. Her story is a haunting reminder that some nightmares never end. In 1918 and 1919, New Orleans was terrorized by the Axemen, who broke into homes at night and attacked families with an axe. He taunted the city with a letter, promising to spare anyone playing jazz music on a certain night, turning the city into a frenzy of sound. Despite massive police efforts, the Axeman was never caught. Suspects were arrested and released, but the killer remained a phantom. The attacks stopped, but the fear lingered. The Axeman's legend grew, blending crime and folklore. Even today, His shadow haunts New Orleans' darkest nights. In 1913, Atlanta, 13-year-old Mary Fagan was found murdered in a factory basement, sparking outrage and scandal. Leo Frank, the factory superintendent, was convicted amid questionable evidence and anti-Semitic fervor. As doubts about Frank's guilt grew, his sentence was commuted to life, igniting further outrage. The case remains a stark reminder of how justice can be twisted by prejudice and fear.